Hey guys, welcome.
Going into the post, Evelyn picks up the
Watching
loose
Ace's
team.
game right now.
Alcamade couldn't hold on to it. Branda thought about it, drives, whips it. Miller, catch and shoot. Too strong. Netta throws it away. Miller, turnover three.
That's Ace playing. He's number 23 in the gray.
John Jay. It's their 10th offensive
So they're
rebound.
playing John Jay College. John Jay is
Evelyn pulls it back out.
More known for their criminal justice.
Miller, the drive was bumped and scores.
Pratt had cut the lead down to 2.
He plays with that energy. John Jay was lacking over the last few years.
But now John Jay's back up.
Bibbs to the basket.
Bibbs just scored.
He's all aces. He's got 14.
He's been doing it all tonight. I think he has like 3 block shots. A few rebounds.
Branda?
John Jay's in the black,
or
it's actually dark blue. Pratt's in the gray.
Evelyn to Calderon. That's a deep three. Can't stick it. Frias tries to bat it back
homecoming night.
Bats it into his own.
John Jay, 8-point lead right now.
And that'll lead to a timeout.
7 minutes left.
7:32 to play in regulation.
So
66.
I'm gonna keep this.
John Jay on your home for Bloodhound Sports. JohnJayAthletics.com.
Hello, Courtney. Oh, sorry. Hey, Courtney.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yep. Now let me turn down the game. Can you guys see the game? I'm gonna keep it on the screen. Yeah. You all right? You sound like you're asleep.
Oh no, just my nose is running.
Oh, you're asleep. Go to sleep.
I didn't turn on Twitch yet. I didn't see her watching the game.
It's Pratt 58-66. They're down 8, 7.5 left. So far they're 0-6 in the season. 5 of the games they should have won. It's NCAA Division III. Dr. Midnight, thank you for the resub. 29 months with Prime. Thank you, Dr. Midnight. Hope you're feeling better. Let's see. Let me get some of this stuff going. What should we draw tonight? Courtney, you're first to, what do you think? We'll do a quick sketch tonight and then get out of here.
Yeah. It's a busier week than I thought it would be. I was looking forward to not doing much, and some people came in town.
7:32 to play.
It's Thanksgiving week, so
Yeah.
I think everything's kind of slowed down. James Quo, thank you for the resub with Amazon Prime.
Pratt's outscoring John Jay 22-19 in the second half.
So far in the second half, Pratt has been up, but for outscoring John Jay. But
no ties.
Let me see.
Bernard, I don't know if I ever warned you, but if I'm ever in a viewing event, I'm really bad luck. And the team that we want to win will lose. So that's what happens anytime I actually am viewing a game.
Really?
Yeah, people stopped inviting me to like their Super Bowl parties. They said every time they invite me, the team that you want to win loses. So
we'll see. I mean, they're down right now by 8. James Cole, thanks for the resub. Lurky Lurk, thanks for the resub. 35 months with Prime.
That's a small gymnasium.
This is New York City. I mean, it's a small school, Division III. So John Jay is like one or two buildings. I mean, it's the building itself. When we played, we went to their building a couple times. I don't remember what floor it's on, but it's like one of these random buildings in New York City, right? And
I bet.
so a few of the schools in New York City are like this. Like Baruch College is similar. They're like one or two buildings. Hunter
Yeah.
College is like one or two buildings, and they have everything in the whole building. So there's basketball, there's swimming, there's gym, there's your classrooms. Just not the dorms. Dorms are usually
Off campus.
off campus or in a separate building. Or and the cafeteria is probably in the building too. So, like Hunter College, I went to see a game a few weeks ago in New York, and same situation where like a couple of the floors is the gym. So you wouldn't know that there's a basketball gym inside the building either. Golf Boy Sunday, good to see. Thank you for the resub. Can you guys hear Courtney on stream?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure you guys can hear Courtney. 6 minutes left. We'll see how it goes. John Jay just hit a 3. The curse of Courtney.
It's real.
I might have to kick you off the stream.
I can leave.
Try to thrown up
and
nothing
then
but
come back on.
turnovers and bricks since you've been on.
It's gonna get worse.
Is this all sports or?
It's all sports.
Oh, Courtney.
It's football.
I mean,
basketball.
the lead might be too insurmountable now. It's 15 points.
I know.
Oh, they just missed another layup. This is not a good situation. Now John Jay comes up. At least they missed a 3. It's getting sloppy. The play is getting really sloppy. All right, Courtney, we're gonna have to mute Courtney.
I will honestly get off right now.
Why don't you take the night off? Yeah,
Done.
take the night off. There's 5 minutes left, so it's about 15 minutes.
I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys in a bit.
Okay.
And,
Yeah, I mean,
I'm hoping that's good.
Courtney, when you came on, John Jay just scored like 10 straight points.
I know. I'm not kidding. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. I gotta go.
Okay. Ace, they took Ace out of the game. Let's see who's in chat tonight. We got the usual gang. I think Dr. Midnight was first. How you doing, Dr. Midnight? Good to see you. DYL Pickles here. Good to see DYL Pickle. James Quo's here. Golf Boy Sunday. Thanks for the sub. 48 months. Resub with Prime. Thank you, Golf Boy Sunday. Yojimbo's here. Also on YouTube. Thank you, Yojimbo. Make sure you hit that. I mentioned the wrong thing. I always forget which platform is follow, which platform is subscribe. So on Twitch, hit the follow. Always appreciative of the subscription, but if you could just hit the follow, and then on YouTube is the subscribe, and then hit the like button. Because apparently every podcast or YouTube stream that I watch, they say hit the like button because it ups the algorithm. So we'll see. But we're kind of lagging behind in the YouTube department. At some point, I'm going to have to, once I get done with these projects right now, I'm like buried in work. But once I get done, I can kind of look to upgrade the format of the screen itself. We haven't really done much with this stream. And then we've gone through many iterations. Started with the Cobra Kai video game format. Now it's kind of gone bare bones. All right, look at that. Courtney's off, and we just grabbed the rebound. John Jay just missed a 3. Ace is still out of the game. FA just pulls up for a 3, misses. Nope. Okay, it's not a bad shot, but Ace is out of the game. He's on the bench. 5 minutes left. Depending on how the score goes, I don't know if the coach will put him back in. John Jay just hit another 3, so they're up almost 20 points now, 18. Yeah, I think Courtney stayed on for too long. what can you do? Lurky Lurk is here. Good to see Lurky Lurk. They had a real shot. They knocked it down to 2 points. John Jay was up around 10 when they knocked it down to 2. In this kind of a situation, what do we have? Like 5 minutes left. Would I be telling the guys on the team right now in the timeout, let's cut the lead. It's 18 right now. Let's cut it to 9, under 10, with about 2 minutes and a half, 2:30 left in the game. So half of the time, let's 4:55. So around 2:30, let's get that 18-point lead down to 9. 4 possessions. Make every possession count. We got a hype reward. Beef Skeleton, good to see you, Beef Skeleton. Yeah, I was thinking maybe draw like an absolute Batman today, or absolute Superman, or absolute Wonder Woman, or maybe even an absolute Monkey Prince or something like that. You know, like an absolute version of a character that doesn't really exist. What do you guys think? Chat, you guys get to choose tonight what we're going to draw. Jamie Odell. Yo, yo, yo. What was that? Who's that? Jerry?
Yeah, Absolute Monkey Prince would be super, super cool.
What would Absolute Monkey Prince look like, though? I don't know.
I guess he's got to be a much more violent version, right?
I guess, yeah.
And big and bulky rather than graceful and skinny.
Right now we're watching Pratt versus John Jay. 4 minutes, 45 seconds left in the game. It's not looking good for our Cannoneers.
Is Ace in there?
Ace is on the bench right now. He has 14 points.
Awesome.
He's been the only one, aside from the guy here on screen with the shirt, with the gray shirt underneath the jersey, Justin Caver. I think Caver has 16 or 18 points. But Ace Bibb started the game off with 3 blocks.
3 blocks?
Yeah. Well,
awesome.
not consecutive. The first play of the game, he blocked the other team. And then he had 3 blocks in the first half. And 14 points altogether. Let me see if I can pull up the points. Get the scoreboard. How are things? Have you ever been to John Jay, Jerry?
Yeah, sure. I used to play basketball there, actually.
Yeah, so they're playing in the John Jay Gymnasium.
Oh, that's like right next to Blue Ribbon.
Yeah, they said it's right next to it's at Columbus Circle.
Yeah.
It's a school known for criminal justice, so a lot of students end up becoming police officers, detectives, security people, judges, lawyers.
It's a really nice basketball court. I played there maybe like 4 times.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Ace has 14 points, 3 blocks, 2 assists, 1 rebound. On 7 for 11 shooting. His efficiency is extremely high right now. And Justin Caver's the other guy, what's Justin's number? 15?
Is Justin the power forward? Have I met him a couple times?
21. Who did you meet?
Blonde hair guy.
No.
Tall, handsome.
You met, last time I think you met, Seth was there. Seth just got in the game. He's the guy with the long white leggings. Just got the ball in the key. You mean at New York Comic Con?
Yeah, like maybe 2 years ago, I think.
Well, 2 years ago, it would probably be someone else. Yeah. So far, right now tonight, Pratt's leading scorer Cameron Wentz only has 3 points. He's in a kind of a little bit of a slump, 1 for 12 shooting. Typically, last game he had 7 3-pointers, 24 points altogether. But this game, this is not his night. A lot of times, like, when you're at this age, 18, 19, 20, consistency is really the key at this point. How's your fantasy football team doing, Jerry? Everyone, there's like a log line for like the final playoff spot, right?
Yeah, my team's doing pretty bad, but somehow I'm squeaking in
You're
until
still
the last
you're
spot.
still in the hunt. Yeah, everyone's still in the hunt. There's like a whole bunch of people that are 6-5 or something, or 5-6.
But I'm getting Pacheco back, so I'm excited about that.
Let's see who else. Beef Skeleton is here. So let me put up a poll. You guys can vote. Let's create a new poll. Absolute vodka. Absolute Batman. You said Monkey Prince.
Yeah, Absolute Monkey Prince is the way to go, man.
I feel like I want to do like a nicer, like a big, almost like a full body shot as opposed to a headshot. I would have to do like a torso, a bust. What else? What other Absolute versions can we do? Name some more.
John Stewart, Absolute Green Lantern.
Absolute.
Cool.
Okay, John Stewart. Anyone else in chat wanna have?
Oh, a fun one would be Deathstroke. That's his name, right?
Absolute Deathstroke. Okay, that's the last one. Okay. All right, you got 2 minutes for the poll. Wrap it up. 3 minutes for it. Ace just got back in the game. You can tell Ace, he has a wristband on his left wrist, or his left wrist is taped up. That's Ace. They're setting up for a free throw right now. He's in the top to the right of the shooter. We'll see how he goes. 3 minutes, 48 seconds left. 18 points. We've already lost a minute out of that initial goal. So right now, we're looking at Ace with the rebound. We got to try to kick it out. Get some quick points. We don't need to shoot threes yet. Ace with a nice pass down low. I'm watching a version that's a little faster than the stream, but Ace with the assist to Matthias. They got this guy is like a bodybuilder, 6'5", 6'6", from the Netherlands, from The Hague. He's a fucking beast. Matthias. Absolute Raquel the Rat Lady. Oh. We forgot about the Raquel the Rat Lady. Have you seen her lately?
I don't run at nighttime anymore, so I only go a date during the day with Ivy.
She doesn't come out during the day, huh?
Yeah.
Raquel the Rat Lady. All right. Justin Caber with the steal. Pratt just got another easy, opportunistic bucket. Cut the lead down to 14. John Jay with the fast break. I'm going to have to decline this. John Jay with the fast break. They actually got a crowd there at John Jay tonight. Let's see, kick back out. Oh, I turned down the volume.
Hey, Jerry. Yo.
Oh, there's Sean.
Oh, yeah. I was going to ask you if you can hear Bernard.
Yeah, I can't hear him.
You can't hear me?
His Discord just basically updated. So, yeah. this whole problem again.
Wait.
I wonder if they can hear us, though.
They can hear you. Hold on. Okay, hello?
Yo.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a phone call came in. So that, a phone call came in, so I think it knocked me out of the Discord. Because I'm using my phone. So, Monkey Prince is the overall poll winner. Sean, do you have an idea of what to draw tonight? Absolute Courtney.
The Monkey Prince won, right?
Absolute Monkey Prince. All right. What does Absolute Monkey Prince look like?
Yeah, that's the thing. Usually you have a story take on him, and then his look is really dependent on that story take. So I don't know if they if these absolute have a common type of theme going on.
Anger.
Well,
Anger.
let's ask chat. Like, do you guys know about the absolute line? Like, who's read it? And so, what is absolute Batman? I mean, versus absolute Superman versus absolute Wonder Woman? What are the? I mean, it's an alternate universe, right? What is the take or the direction of these characters so far?
It's darker, for sure.
It's darker, like how? Like it takes place at night, or it's just darker because everybody's like Pratt is subbed in Sebastian. Sebastian is actually a model. You can see him as he was in some Adidas. Sebastian Rhoda, he was in some Adidas advertisements. A nice eclectic group of guys. Right now it looks like, oh, here's Seb on the fast break. Let's see what he does with it. There's a foul, no foul. It's home crowd refs. So what is the absolute line? If anybody on the in chat knows.
I think for one thing, if their origin comes from some sort of privilege, that's usually stripped away.
Yeah,
So,
I mean it's a new origin. Like, so what I know about Batman is that Batman, the new absolute Batman, is like Alfred is not his butler. Alfred is a detective. He's not coming from, like, Batman doesn't come from wealth. I don't know what else. He has a big ass symbol on his chest.
I know the Superman, the S on his chest doesn't stand for whatever hope, and they're not from the leading science community of Krypton. They're just basically low-class slaves.
Yeah, the Superman, Absolute Batman talks a little bit more about class warfare, or class, socio-economic class caste system, where on Krypton, there's three different social classes, and the S is the lower of the class, kind of the working group. There's another group that is kind of the rulers, or I don't. Is there a third one, Sean? Or
Yeah, I forgot. But I mean, like, how do you strip the privilege and class away from Monkey Prince?
well, I guess no. So we're trying to figure out, like, well, that's. So is that what Batman is? Like, Batman is also another case where they've taken away his wealth and made him more of a everyday man. And is that reflective in the new Superman? Absolute Superman is from Brazil, says Yojimbo. Wonder Woman is the god of the underworld. Wonder Woman is the sole surviving Amazon, so there is still an Amazon. I think they've taken Ace out of the game. It looks like they've taken Ace out of the game. It's pretty much over, 19 points. The Courtney curse was too much to overcome. When Courtney got on, John Jay went on a 10-0 run in the span of a couple minutes, and that kind of killed the run, killed the momentum for Pratt. Anybody else? Absolute. It's quasi like the Ultimate Universe, but not grounded in reality. It's just reimagining. So, well, I mean, what would absolute? I mean, so what would absolute Monkey Prince be?
Yeah, I don't even know where would you begin with that?
I mean, is he like a gangster, like a kid like that got caught on the wrong side of the tracks? Do the young kids even know what wrong side of the tracks means these days?
I first learned watching the Cosby Show.
It's the wrong side of the train tracks, right? Like the bad neighborhood, or the slums, or
where the poor people live.
yeah. So like he realizes that, I mean, there is a dark side to Monkey King. He is fairly mischievous, very rebellious, and this would just be another aspect of that kind of behavior. What if we did like an absolute Marvel character instead? Would that be easier?
Well, I think you gotta subvert the legacy, the long-standing legacy of the character, and I think Monkey Princess has been around not that long enough, so
Right.
it's hard to subvert anything. He's already so unusual as it is.
I mean, if we did like an absolute Iron Man, you know, he would be made out of cardboard and tin cans, right?
Like a homeless guy.
Yeah, some homeless, you know, some hacker kid who puts together like a suit made cobbled together with knickknacks and various. It's like those North Korean missiles. Did you hear about that? That they've been finding in Ukraine. That Russia's been using these North Korean missiles, and when they're able to get a hold of some of the wreckage and they open it up and they look through the circuitry and brain of the missiles, it's actually cobbled together with
It's
U.S.
all kimchi.
chips. Huh?
Okay.
No, it's all U.S. chips, like from goods purchased in the U.S. and stuff like that. Or I don't know. I don't know if it's like goods, or if it's but it's chips made in the U.S. or acquired from U.S. sources.
Oh, wow. Awkward.
So in North Korean missiles. All right. Well, the game's over. I thought Pratt had a shot there. 70-88, 18 points. F. John Jay. All right, well, let's get back to the drawing. We've already killed like half an hour.
But to draw one of the existing absolutes so that, you know, I think, I drew Absolute Superman. And it did really well on social media. And I think if you make something up, people are like, that there's no touch point there, so they just say, yeah, that's kind of cool drawing.
Yeah. I think Absolute, we got to wait for the Absolute stuff to, I don't know. I was thinking about doing like some drawings, just, you know how, Sean, you like to make these little toys and knickknacks. Like I was thinking about doing a secret Absolute series, but it's not really an Absolute series. You know what I mean? Like a secret, like an Absolute Monkey Prince or Absolute Blue Beetle or Absolute obscure ambush bug or ambush, you know, just to get, if people see it, maybe talking, being what is that called?
Subversive.
So like not subversive, but like explosive, not explosive. Absolute Superman reimagines a slightly different Superman, comes to Earth as an adult, sets out on a mission to save the oppressed and disadvantaged workers of the world, inspired by a Kryptonian legacy of class discrimination. No Amazon community. Diana is not born into an Amazon community, but is instead the only surviving Amazon after Zeus's war against them. Raised by Circe, Zeus orders Apollo to leave Diana with Circe the sorceress and one of Wonder Woman's most powerful enemies. Circe reluctantly becomes Diana's caretaker and trains her in magic.
Yeah, a lot of people say that's the best one.
Okay. Who's drawing that one? It was
I don't know, probably some Italian guy.
I would say like maybe an absolute Jon Stewart or absolute Hal Jordan or absolute Guy Gardner.
Yeah, I've drawn some like joke versions of the Absolute characters on Instagram.
Yeah.
And there's that one where Superman can remove his chest thing and make it like a home plate for community baseball fields. And I was looking at the people who like that. A lot of like DC editors and then Brian Bendis like that.
You know, you probably get some work out of it, Sean. I've gotten work out of posts.
Yeah. Oh, I drew a obsolete Batman, where he's just like really old and in a retirement home.
Absolute Hawkman. A teaser. No, Jimbo, like a radical. What is that? Not an instigator, but a disruptor. Like what if we did like an absolute Captain America or absolute, you know.
Especially if you drew it and then put the trade dress and made it like cover quality.
Yeah.
You put it out there, and then it causes trouble for those companies because they have to do a lot of it spreads very quickly, and they have to do a lot of damage control.
People think that is real. Antagonist. Yeah, sort of, I guess.
Yeah.
Who's Hayden Sherman? Oh, Hayden Sherman is drawing Wonder Woman. Is Hayden Sherman, is that a guy or girl? Anyways. Let me take a quick look. So far, we're half an hour in, and I haven't drawn a single thing.
Or you can do absolute versions of like pop culture people, like outside of superheroes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do absolute. What do you think? Like absolute 50 Cent, or absolute P Diddy, or something. Absolute Taylor Swift. What would that look like? Hayden. Oh, it's interesting. Hayden kind of has a.
It's a guy.
I don't know.
If it's a girl, the person's name is Hayden Sherman, and if it's a guy, his name would be Sherman Hayden.
Hayden, is Hayden is that one of those Leslie? You know, Leslie can be a guy or girl. Hayden.
Yeah, well, if there's a girl that swings, if there's
no, it's a guy. It's a guy.
A lot of male names go over to the female side, but then they never come back.
Where's Hayden? I want to suspect he's from like Northern Europe. It looks like. I mean, I could be wrong.
Is that him? That Aryan guy over there?
Yeah.
With the beanie?
Yeah. Oh, wow. He's from like.
He's white as
like
hell.
Sweden or something.
He's Hitler's wet dream.
Well, Sean, now I'm gonna have to delete the stream. Hayden is an award-winning artist. That's it. Hayden is an award-winning comic artist whose work includes Detective Comics, Dark Spaces, Wildfire, Predator vs. Wolverine, Batman Urban Legends. They're a lover of science fiction and fantasy who has had the joy of illustrating for companies such as DC, Marvel, IDW. Okay. It doesn't say anything about where Hayden went to school or... But, what do you think of...
Not real.
Huh? The style is reminiscent of...
Oh, it's very like Russian propaganda.
Well, some of the... No, but like you see some of the black and white line art. It's very linear. There's a... is it John Cassidy?
Sure.
Is this it's a little Jeff Darrow-y?
Yeah.
It's a little... Is it Cassidy or who's the... Is it Cassidy who drew like this, or am I thinking of another guy? Another artist.
Frank
Quietly. That's what. Yeah. A little bit like Quietly. I mean, if you look at his Instagrams, it's very much like Frank Quietly. Like these, the texturing. Make this a little bit bigger. I mean, if we had any balls, we would do like an absolute Jim Lee. Yeah, like I was looking like this. This one got me. Like I was like, this is.
It's very Mobius. Yeah, it's like a lot of line work and not much the spotting of blacks.
Yeah, it's very open. This one, this Superman is very like.
Yeah, it's very European.
But it doesn't say where Hayden went to school or where Hayden. Oh, Hayden drew this April cover, the Scratch and Sniff banana scented cover. This is a nice piece right here.
Rub and smell.
Very graphic. Yeah, so I think he's European, right? Or
Yeah. Very good design sense. Definitely every piece has a point of view.
as in, yeah, yeah, okay. All right.
Biggest little white guy.
Absolute nothing. Absolute art. It's a guy.
Which is just draw like a super realistic absolute vodka bottle.
That's the other thing. Yeah, absolute.
I don't understand the vodka thing. What's?
Because the absolute vodka. That's
Oh, absolute. Go ahead. Sorry.
This guy doesn't know his alcohol.
Jerry doesn't drink vodka. He doesn't go down to potatoes. He sticks with grain.
Potatoes for white people.
How are you doing, Carson McKinney? Well, we can't decide what to do. I kind of want to do Monkey Prince, Absolute Monkey Prince, but I think I would need to invest a little bit more time than just a head sketch. Absolute take on a villain.
Does that make them very nice?
Yeah, what is the absolute version of... So, Absolute Batman, who's the villain in Absolute Batman?
Like Dr. Doom, who's like working, volunteering at a soup kitchen.
Kind of like a gray villain, you know, good and bad. Although all villains, they still do have a good side to them. Or at least to some people. You know?
Pure evil villains are boring.
Yeah. They have to have a little bit of...
Some redeeming qualities.
Yeah. Test print run, a comic strip came in. Oh, made 20 copies. Dr. Midnight, congrats.
It's big. If you actually printed something. Yeah, I mean, you're basically in a very rarefied air right now because most people never get to that stage. So, and then once that happens, the floodgates open, and then you just get better and better.
All right, I just realized I was on my creator screen for a little bit. You know, I always forget that whenever I switch over. Anyways, well,
you can draw anything.
Let's see. Absolute Sean Chen. Who is
I mean, really, it's just reimagined anything, right? So absolute doesn't really mean anything other than just taking the name.
Unless we were to do it in the absolute Batman style, where you basically just, you know,
make it really big and make his symbol really big.
Yeah, and then that would be like absolute. Like who's a thin guy? You know? Maybe we should.
Plastic Man.
Maybe we should do an absolute Felix, the art dealer.
He's a thin guy?
Huh? No, but you know, that'd be kind of funny. Let's see. I don't know. Or just absolute Batman.
Is there absolute Batman Beyond?
Oh, absolute Batman Beyond. All right. Would it be the same? Would it be the same as Absolute Batman? Okay, that's a good one. Let's stay with that one. Absolute Batman Beyond. Absolute Batman 35 years from now. Right? Which is what Batman Beyond is. Batman Beyond is 35 years from now. So chat, you got to help me with what would an absolute Batman Beyond be? If we stick with the same size, right? What else can we exaggerate? Is it purely the same chest symbol, but just he's all black?
He has some spikes on his shoulders.
Has some some spikes on his shoulders.
I feel like he'd have really long ears.
Like
you could remove his emblem, right, and then do something with it.
Like those Joe Kelly ears. Who's that? Who's that guy? Kelly got it.
The Bernie Wrightson ears.
Bernie Wrightson, Batman here. Okay, I gotta make his head smaller. I'm running out of room. And what if he has like? Does Absolute Batman? Does he have a utility belt? Does he still use a utility belt, or that's already gone?
Yeah, that's too analog.
Like Absolute Batman Beyond, does he have a belt, or does he have no belt?
How do his pants stay up then?
It's one suit. It's one bodysuit.
He wears a onesie?
Yeah, it's a onesie. Sean, when you were drawing Batman Beyond, what did you think his suit was?
I don't know. I always had trouble drawing it because I draw in a realistic way. And really, Batman Beyond, that book it's almost like a Mike Mignola type thing where everything is a graphic design. And you don't really ask, like, well, what is this made out of? Because his face is what? I mean, what is his face? It's just like...
Well, like...
Is it painted, human face painted black? Or is it like a geometric face? You know?
Well, the way I've always approached it is that, drawing Batman Beyond, you got to do a lot of referencing and design work, right? So, also, just in drawing Batman Beyond, there's so many different versions of Batman Beyond. Whether it's fan art or it's, you have the animated version and you have just the comic book version. There are some versions and some toys, some versions they have him with armor. And but
there can't be a live action version, right? I mean, it doesn't live in a live action world.
Well, I think he does. With technology, you can do that now. I mean, you have Venom the movie, but I was thinking what I was saying is, I've always thought that because it's future, and 35 years from now, or ideally, it's actually probably way more than 35 years, because 35 years ago was 1990 something. So. We haven't progressed that much. Although, 1990, yeah, we didn't have an iPhone. We didn't have... we had the internet, but it wasn't anything like it is now. We didn't have AI. So anyways, going back to the suit, I always thought of it as a kind of a synthetic material that we can't imagine right now. But that there's going to be somehow a breakthrough in fabric, that the fabric can be woven with tech in it, so that there's no need for body armor that we know now. Like there's no need for football pads, which is what the equivalent of what a lot of artists are drawing as Batman Beyond is having tech, actual. Shoulder pads, chest pads, segmented pieces that kind of create this bodysuit, which is what Batman's suit is kind of now in the movie version, right? And in some parts of the comic book world. Although you have sometimes it's just a spandex, sometimes it's. Anyways, I don't know if I'm making any sense. So, because I've thought about at times, like, yeah, what is his mouth? Is it his actual mouth that is? So I think it's the fabric that reacts to the particular mouth enclosure, and then is able to open and close. You know, we don't know the technology yet, but somehow it's some kind of reactive. But then I also have like the suit at times not be a complete skin suit, but that there are some kind of sculpted areas that are a little bit more defined, such as the nose area and the eyes. The eyes ahead.
He's very angular, right?
Yeah.
And it's almost like he exists as like a living wireframe, like a computer-generated wireframe.
I mean, when you were drawing Exo Man of War, I remember the mandate was that his armor should look like a Miata.
What, really?
You didn't remember that? I thought
No.
that was that his armor should look like a car, like a Miata. I remember hearing that in the office. I just thought,
Wow.
well, out of all the cars, why go with a Miata? So if you look at the Exo, I mean, you drew Exo, but there were.
Well, I'll say he's organic and shiny, so.
So
Yeah,
how?
I really hate that armor, that Exo armor.
Yeah, so I like the original one. I don't know why they, the original one that.
But even the original, it's hard to draw.
Well, it's a lesson in anatomy, the original.
There's no structure to it. That's the thing.
This is where being an engineer is a hindrance to creativity. I always need to understand how everything works and whether it makes practical sense. That's true. I mean, Golf Boy Sunday. I think sometimes I contemplate too much on form follows function. That that the function aspect really is overplayed too much. Because some of probably your favorite comics makes no sense. Like, I mean, the original Iron Man made no sense. Like how can metal bend? Right? How can metal? There was no joints.
Well, one thing I always wondered. I was just reading the Dark Phoenix saga. I'm not reading. I was looking through it again.
Yeah.
And Colossus when he's human, he's got these blue tights on underneath his red shorts. But when he turns metal, those blue pants just disappear.
Oh yeah, I mean,
And he gets metal legs.
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever happened to his blue pants?
He's a comics. It's comics.
It just
But
disappears.
my problem with drawing Batman Beyond is that it really is for a certain art style. Like, you can tell it's for Bruce Timm to draw, and there are artists that just shouldn't be on it. I think I'm one of those artists that shouldn't have been on it because I don't draw like if you were to take Snoopy. Sometimes when he turns his head, you can have both eyes on one side of his head and his nose is off to the side. That exists in that world, and it really can't. You can't have a guy who draws realistically draw peanuts. It doesn't work. Oh yeah, okay. So there's this one artist that was talking about. He was doing his own comic, and he picked a style that looked a lot like Tintin. So when he draws the eyes, they're just black dots. And there is one part of the story where this guy was surprised. So he kind of did a close-up, and then you saw the eyes open up, and in fact, like, that kind of looks weird because there's never been a case where he drew eyes that weren't just dots. So there's no such thing as a close-up that he can do, and there's no such thing as the whites of the eyes. So there is just some things that you just can't do. Like, he cannot draw that panel, and he can't write that in the story.
I'm still sketching out the body, and I think I didn't leave enough room. See, this is a case in point where I'm starting to get a little too into certain details. Not even really, but I need to sketch everything out first. Make sure it fits. And, I'm getting into the musculature of the figure, and I need to make sure the arm fits because I want to draw the arm at least. It's kind of got these like huge, kind of like almost gorilla arms. Anyways. And then a small head. The smaller the head, the bigger the body. That's the Hulk. Jeremy Joe's here. Good to see Jeremy Joe. Kevin P. West. Yeah, Sean, you don't remember the Miata thing? Where his chest...
No.
I remember the editors were like, the chest needs to be like flush like the Miata. Like flush and round like a Miata hood.
I did not. Yeah, I wasn't. For some reason, like, I have to draw armored people even now. I'm drawing a Cull story. Everyone's wearing armor.
A what story?
Cull the Conqueror.
You're drawing Cull the Conqueror?
For heroic, yeah.
Nice.
Just a 10-page story. But yeah, I think when they were thinking of like which artist should we get, first of all, you gotta pick the artist that's available, and I'm always available because I don't actually retired, and then like some guy who draws armor a lot. So I hardly ever can draw skin and real clothes because everyone's always covered up. And I gotta say, of all the armors I've drawn, Exo is the worst. I mean,
why is it the worst?
It's got no structure, and then a lot of times I rely on the light and shadow to define the form. But when it's super shiny, the shadows and the lights the shadows disappear a lot of times, and then it just becomes very chaotic. And then the fact that it's all very organic, it tends to look very flat because all the surface ornament, it's hard to make it look good. So, someone commissioned Exo Man of War from me before, and I drew it, and then it failed. It's like one of the only commissions that ever failed. So I gave him his money back.
Did he take the money back?
Well, I gave it back, yeah.
Oh, you gave it back?
Yeah, I told him it's not working out, and I'm not feeling it, and I know for a fact it's going to take like a week to do, trying to fight it. So I just told him like it's not worth my time. So I gave him his money back.
Jerry said spikes on the shoulder. So we've got. I think I'm okay with this.
The spikes are kind of 90s, so maybe no spikes.
I mean, I'm kind of okay with this outline. What do you guys think?
That's cool.
Bulu's Boys here.
When they remove his chest symbol to use as something, I think Absolute Batman makes a big axe out of it. And then the place where the symbol was, he gets that waffle grid.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, you can put circuitry in that area, but then what would he use his symbol for? Oh, we got a raid.
We got a raid. Paul Maitland Art. Rating. Thank you, Paul. Racid Kid 13, good to see you. Japochi, good to see you. We are drawing Absolute Batman Beyond. You guys get to help me figure out what this character looks like.
Oh wow. Dr. Midnight says that Comics Trope had my wingman. I sent him a wingman a while back, and I just thought maybe he just put it in a pile, but I guess he read it. I gotta go watch, see what he said.
Comics Trope reviewed your wingman.
Yeah.
Prue Ackerman, good to see you. We're also on YouTube, so Raiders, if you please hit that YouTube link and hit the subscribe on YouTube, follow here on Twitch. We try to get our YouTube numbers up. Eventually, we can hopefully migrate over there. Otherwise, we're going to be relegated to Kick at some point. In the Oof, Money Mitch. Good to see you, Paul. Thank you for the raid. So we're kind of spoofing Absolute Batman a little bit by creating an Absolute Batman Beyond. I think he has a big square. What does he have? A big square. I'm gonna do these wing things to make it a little bit different.
And I forgot what his chest symbol looks like.
Ooh, Batman Beyond.
Yeah, I can't believe I.
It's just the bat symbol. It's a red bat symbol. The Batman. It's like this.
Funny, I can't remember that. I think I spent an entire year drawing that book and I can't remember it.
It's like a modified bat, like this.
Oh, okay. That's right, yeah.
Right. So you see the bat head and then the wings. So if we went like this.
Right, so if he took that off, what could he make it be?
Jerry, how's your book coming along? Have you had a chance to work on it?
I'm penciling. I'm about to finish page 8 right now as we speak.
So the script is done?
What book is this?
Right.
It's for. You can say who it's for, right?
I guess. It's for a new company called The Lab Press.
Yeah. Sean, you're supposed to go to the party, but you didn't go to the party.
Yeah, thanks, Sean.
Oh, that was.
Yeah,
I mean,
thanks for making me sound cool.
You're so hush hush about this. I didn't know that was from that.
But it's gonna be like a 200-page book.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's not gonna come out for a little while, which is why it's not that I'm not allowed to talk about it, but it seems kind of early to talk about it.
Yeah, it's kind of. You don't need to talk about it. I was just curious if it was that, and then.
Well, can you tell us what genre it is? Is it superhero or science fiction or fantasy?
Well, I will say the Lab Press, they do not do superhero books, so
that's probably better. That's probably good.
Seporos. See, so he says, best bet go talk to Dan when he streams. What does that mean? Yeah, because if you go to if you browse Twitch for art, it's like all manga boobies, right? It's all like scantily clad girls in a manga style.
What is it?
Huh?
What's got?
No, on
manga
Twitch.
boobies?
On Twitch. If
Like
you
in general.
yeah. If you go into browse, we can do that right now. If you go into browse, and then let's say we stream browse art, creative. Oh, there was art side right there. So these are all the art streams going on right now.
Boobies.
So that's like a cat boobies. Boobies.
So people still get off on like
Boobies.
busty females in comics.
Vampire boobies. Anime boobies.
Of
Yeah.
course.
But
And
isn't that like?
most of these are girls drawing this stuff, not even like guys drawing it.
But
Most
even
of it
with
is-
like porn, the access to porn, people still like get
Well,
off on that.
I don't know. They're just like drawing it. Yeah, why not?
Okay.
So there's a cute girl. Here's a 3D boobies or 3D leg. Some girls, some manga stuff. Mostly manga style. There's someone drawing feet. Yokai Yana's drawing feet right here. There we go. Some boobies, and they're like usually it's like huge boobs. It's like overly exaggerated huge boobs popping out of some skimpy
15-year-old.
yeah. Here's a angel guy, and then some what is it when they morph a female? I mean an animal, a furry animal into a female. But then they also take forever to draw these things. I mean, like they're working on weeks on a drawing, and I'm like,
Yeah, they can't be comic book artists.
yeah, you gotta do that drawing in like a couple hours, like an hour, less than a day. Here's some more boobies, boobies.
Boobies.
I mean, yeah.
Boobies.
Look at this one. Look at this tear dragon. I mean,
I think maybe like they wanna. You gotta drag out the boobies for. Otherwise, if you draw it too quickly, if it's done like in an hour, then you gotta. You might end up spending too much time drawing hair or something. So, I think when they get to the boobies, they like spend an entire like maybe a couple days on it, like a day for one boob and then a day for the other. That way, whenever you tune in, you can see them drawing the boob.
look at this guy. This guy is like he's like half naked drawing boobies. This guy's got the right idea. I should like take my shirt off.
He's naked and he's drawing naked people.
Yeah. I was thinking about doing this. Like going shirtless, and then because that's not really. But here, he's drawing like girls with pasties on their boobies. There you go. See that?
What
Anyways,
is that shark? The shark with testicles on his. Oh, is
no,
that shark has
shark has boobies too. That's not. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's awful.
And then some of these have like they have warning signs because they're sexual in nature, which I didn't know that they had these warning signs before. But I guess here's a breakdown of actually how to draw boobies. These are actually moderate. Yeah, these are actually moderate. These are more realistic. Anyways, wow! Look at all these sexual themes. Anybody on here that's like under the age? Should we click on one of these things or? I don't know. Anyways. Yeah. All right, back to drawing. That was a break.
That's a booby distraction.
So
That's an unusual symbol. It's almost like a shield, right?
yeah, so I'm thinking like, what do you think? Like, the absolute Batman is like quilted, is it? Is it padded?
Like toilet paper?
It has like this is the absolute Batman, right? By the way, Jerry, how were you able to watch any of the uh, baseball games?
No, I heard though, like, because
Oh,
obviously Howard and everyone was watching.
yeah.
So
I was watching it because I was up working. It was like games like 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. here, so it's like 5 to 8 your time. Yeah, it was amazing, man. They ended up beating Japan for the title.
I don't understand who was playing. Like, which were MLB players in?
There were a lot of prospects. No MLB players. No active current MLB players. So, but there was a Team USA. I mean, Taiwan beat USA. Um, I was listening to the Taiwan broadcast, but uh, so I couldn't really understand the names and stuff. So I don't know who was on the USA team, but they beat Cuba. Um, they lost to Venezuela, and they beat Australia. So all those teams, I mean, they all play in the World Baseball Classic. So it's the same guys that usually play in that. Like Shohei played in the for Team Japan in the World Baseball Classic, but that's in the spring, and that's every 4 years or every 2 years. And then this Premier 12 is like the World Baseball Classic, but it's the other off year. But actually, there was and then there was an earlier one. There was a similar one earlier in the year. So the World Baseball Classic, actually, the World Baseball Classic was this year, I think.
Man, this stream is mostly sports.
All right. Anything else that we should add to it? I was thinking about like, should the Batman Beyond belt go up? How would the Batman Beyond belt look? This is really not very creative. We're really just taking the absolute Batman as it is now, and
Yeah, I
kind
mean,
of
really,
putting a naked bodysuit on him.
it's a story-driven type thing. So if you don't know the story, there's really nothing to steer your design.
I mean, what can I do different? I can do the eyes a little different. I can maybe do the mouth a little different. Sapporo's. I'm not really like looking to TOS anyone. I'm just saying that that's the state of the artists out there on Twitch.
There are rules that you can break as being a boob artist.
I think if you're like overly explicit, maybe.
Like, so no nipples or anything like that.
Yeah. Or gratuitous. Like, I've seen stuff that are pretty close. I mean, they're working. The artist is working on a. What do they call that, Sean? When they do like a naked version and a clothed version of the same pose.
Oh, I don't know.
What if? What is?
It's sort of like sometimes there's like those companies that make porn, and they make one version for the wives and another version for the guys.
Well, it's the same version. They just edit out the shots, right?
Yeah.
Like softcore porn.
Yes.
Yeah. Softcore corn.
Yes.
We can't say the P word. So Sapporo says there are many great artists, but they're hard to find and they try to band together. Oh, okay. We should try to find some of those people. Maybe we should band together. Simple Man's here. Well, all right. I gotta get out of here. Are we done?
I don't know.
I gotta get back to work. I spent the whole day at the dealership,
Wait, what dealership?
the car dealership.
So are you buying or selling?
No, I went to. I went to get an oil service. They always get you, man. They always get you.
Would they show you the latest model and how much better it is than what you have?
Well, good thing is that Jaguar. I have a Jaguar, so the Jaguar, they're not selling any cars anymore because they've taken all their cars off the lot. At least at this dealership, they're reintroducing next year, 2025. I think towards the end, a line for 2026 all electric. So basically, they're going all electric with their entire line.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, your car's going to be worth something.
So they've and this week they actually they launched their first commercial where they've rebranded
Oh, yeah.
the
That's
brand, right?
massive fail.
So it was like the gone is the panther, the Jaguar head emblem, and the Jaguar logo with the leaping Jaguar, and now it's replaced with very linear lines, and
Yeah, no one likes it.
so it's this is the first time I've bought a Jaguar. I mean this car. But yeah, I was going and I was calling around all the Jaguar dealerships in the LA area, finding out how much is an oil service. Jerry, since you might be getting a car soon, you want to guess how much a Jaguar oil service at the dealership costs? Does anybody in chat
Just
want
oil
to guess?
change?
Huh? Just the
An oil
oil
change.
change. Just the oil change.
Can you just do it yourself?
I'm guessing it's like $100 just for the oil.
At the dealership.
At the dealership, then it's like $200, right?
Well, go to Jiffy Lube. So why do you have to go to the dealership?
I ain't going to Jiffy Lube. My other car, there's a BMW dealership. Not a dealership, there's a BMW shop that only does BMWs. So I take the Mini there. And I used to take my BMWs there when it got past the warranties. Because they have the same equipment and they have former, what do they call it? Repairmen or people that used to work at the dealerships work at the shop now. So they have better rates. But guess how much an oil service was?
Everyone's
oil
guessing
change.
in the hundreds. Over 100.
Your Jimbo said 150. NUF Money Mitch says 250. Kevin P. West 155. Less than 20 minutes, says Simple Man. Nissan GTR oil change used to be 300 back in the day. Kevin P. West says 400. Okay, Kevin P. West is close.
Why would you need to take to the dealership, though? I mean, you have to change oil once a year, so why would you have to
Well,
go
I want to
back
take it to a
dealership?
Jaguar specialist. I don't want to take it to a Jiffy Lube. I'm not gonna take
Oh,
my Jaguar to a Jiffy Lube.
it's not much different.
Well, I've just had I just remember in the past I've taken maybe in high school or in earlier years I've taken cars to the Jiffy Lube, and then I've had nothing but problems with the car afterwards. So I don't.
It's just changing the oil, though.
I don't. Yeah, but I don't trust the Jiffy Lubes. I mean, those guys, they're like, I just don't trust them. No offense if you work at Jiffy Lube, but I just don't trust you. Because just in my experience, and like my mom's taking her cars to Jiffy Lubes, and then afterwards there's just this series. Like one time they forgot to put the cap back on.
Okay, well, that's the only thing that you have to remember is put the cap back on.
Well,
because
Yeah,
the
and it's a
oils
Jiffy
keep
Lube.
coming out.
So I'm not going to a Jiffy Lube. So I mean, not with a Jaguar. So at $500.
I don't know. about that.
Look, $500. So for oil service. So I called around. On average, $500. I found one for $300.
That's pocket change for you, Bernard.
I found one for
I would not pay
$300.
that. Well, you know, the thing is with these luxury cars, it's not that you have to have money to afford buying them. It's just the maintenance for the rest of the life.
Yeah,
of the
the
car
maintenance
is
for the rest of the usually. Well, okay, typically for the first 5 years it was free, so I really didn't have to pay for anything in the first 5 years. And they give you a loaner car and all this stuff to drive around. But now that it's out of the initial warranty, I'm in the 6th year of the car now, so I have to pay. So, anyways, I found one for $300, right? And so I went down there, and then I found a coupon for that knocked it down to 180. So it was 120 off the 300. So I get down there, and then I've also been experiencing issues with the battery in the car. Jaguar typically has bad electronics, so the battery has already been replaced once. But it was under the warranty, so the first time it was free. But this time I've been driving around because I don't drive for like, a week or two. The car just sits there. And then, so the battery light's been going on the last few weeks. It's been on every time. And, well, it's all paid off now, but so so I said, can you check the battery for me too, right? I shouldn't have asked for that, but I'm also afraid to, drive somewhere and then have the battery go dead on me. I don't know what percentage the battery's at. So they come back. I thought I was going to get out of there for $180. They said, "Oh, we can change your battery for you. It's running low." Right? Guess how much a new battery is? Take a guess. Take a wild guess.
I don't know.
AA, AAA.
See, Dr. Minna says the Toyota dealership forgot to put on the new oil filter when they changed the oil. And then he found out about it when he changed the oil somewhere else. See? Yeah. Well, at first, they were trying to sell me on this. Oh, you need this annual diagnostic where they change the air filter, the pollen filter, a diagnostic where they rotate the tires. That was going to be $1,200. Like, no thanks.
Change, Bernard. Pocket
$1,200.
change.
You just get a, I drove my sister had a four-wheel drive Lexus, and we popped the tire, so we went to go change it. They said you have to change all 4 tires.
No, you don't. You don't have to change all 4 tires.
Well, I mean, the thing is, but the dealer, when I went to place, they said, like, well, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
So they can sell you one out the back door you can put on yourself, but they're not going to. So, I mean, that's what we did. But with my minivan, like, if I pop a tire, any tire that's the right circumference will do. You can just buy one.
Yeah, but your minivan, you have like 200,000 miles on your minivan.
Yeah, so
I like that minivan.
it's great. Like, it just...
I mean, that thing's like a tank. That thing's.
Hondas make very good engine. Everything else falling apart, but the engine is really good.
Thing is a relic. You gotta protect it.
It's gone through 2 catalytic. How many catalytic converters has your minivan gone through?
Yeah, it's because someone took it, so yeah, I had to replace that. But
Oh, Simple Man. So Simple Man, they charge you $650 for a battery. Yeah, so it was $600 something for the battery, almost $700 for the battery. So I found while I'm there, I'm looking online for another coupon, and I found a 25% off coupon. So I left the place like $780 out the door, $750 out the door, something like that. And then the kicker of it all is I get home and I look at the diagnostic thing, and they said the battery was okay. So I didn't need to switch the battery. The guy fucking got me for the fucking battery.
Yeah. I don't play that game.
I mean, the one thing I probably should have done was maybe rotate the tires.
Now, that's gonna be $1,000.
To rotate the tires?
They rotate the tires was actually $180, which I thought was okay, a good price. I would pay $180 to rotate the tires, but I didn't want to pay $1,000, so I said no. But I mean, that's crazy. I mean, how many Air Force, how many Jordan 3 can you buy? You know, how many Jordans can you buy for $700, $800?
Like 3.
Yeah. Yeah, they want to do this air pollen filter thing. I mean, come on. I mean, the windshield wipers was $100. I was thinking about that. They were trying to get me to change the windshield wipers for $100.
You can do that yourself. You can just buy them online.
Change, Bernard.
Yeah, but you know, like if you buy them online, they're about the Jaguar windshield wipers are I think about $100.
I just want to know, when did my boy Bernard get so stingy?
Dude, I gotta save up money, man. I got a lot of mouths to feed. I can't be, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy that being an only child, you have dependents.
Look, I mean, this month, okay, I got property tax I gotta pay, and semi-annual property tax. That's gonna run. Yeah, that's gonna hit the pocket right there. It's like 6 months worth of property tax. I got my
Pick up
tooth.
some commissions.
Huh? My tooth. I'm getting a new plant.
Yeah,
That's another
that's crazy.
2,000 some, yeah, almost $3,000 for a new cap right there. I got this $780 oil filter and new battery. It better be a new fucking battery. And it's not like I can tell if it's new or not because I've never even opened the hood yet. What else
Can
do
you
I
sell
got?
the other car?
If I sell the Mini, like, what am I gonna get for it? It's gonna be gone in like a couple months. The money that I'm gonna get for it, it's all paid off. So, I was thinking about selling the Jaguar, but
Oh, doesn't Ace does all that stuff with cars, right? So he can when he comes over.
yeah, I thought about it, but he's still in school.
You literally just watched Ace playing basketball in New York, Sean.
Just hold off when he gets there. I mean, that guy is a whiz with cars. Like, even the modern one with all electronics and the computer brain, he does all that stuff.
Well, because I don't have a garage too. I can't do all this. I don't know where you do your auto work. In the backyard.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right, let's get out of here. It's 11 o'clock. Mark Moretti might come on next week. We keep saying. Oh, by the way, if you guys get a chance, follow Bob Layton.
Oh yeah. Why did he change his screen name? I mean,
he said that official Bob Layton.
You know, he took off the comics legend part of his name.
No, well, what happened was he here it is, official Bob Layton. Apparently, Meta deleted his account for quote unquote violating standards. So the legend Bob Layton account was overnight, without notice, deleted by Meta.
So he doesn't know what he did.
So he doesn't know what he did. He just got a violation of standards notice, and they took down his site. So now he started a new one. So go follow official Bob Layton if you can. He's trying to build up.
Wow, that's crazy.
But that got me thinking. Like, the mentality is always that I'm uploading stuff onto Instagram, and that's kind of serving as my de facto website now. We used to all have like, I still have BernardChain.com, but
I was just talking about this with a couple guys. I'm thinking about getting rid of my website now.
yeah, I was thinking about getting rid of my website because I'm using.
When's the last time you even updated it?
Yeah, I haven't
can't
updated it
remember
in
when I
years.
updated it.
Almost like maybe even like 8 to 10 years I haven't updated it. So, and HTML has completely changed, and the program that I use doesn't even work on my computer now anymore, anyways, because it's such an old OS.
But Instagram can be taken away from you at any time at will.
But that's the thing now, right? You got to really consider, like, hey, they can just arbitrarily, if someone can complain about your work or whatever, and they could just take it down, and then that's it. You lose everything.
Right. So the best thing to do is to use your Instagram to get email addresses, and the email addresses are really where it's at. And then
I think I'm going to change my Instagram name to the Legend Jerry Ma.
Legendary, epical. But yeah, look, it can get taken away from you at like that without, and he said he tried to appeal. No appeal.
you can't even get through to them.
Yeah. I mean, they're so busy. There's so they're probably only a couple people handling it, and then boom, that's it.
Yeah, so if you get their email addresses, you can, like Kevin P. West says, do newsletters. It's not too much work, but really, you spend all your time developing this huge following, and for right now, it may seem like it's for clout or just to compete with other people, see how popular. But really, someday you're gonna put out something. Like when you put out your basketball comic, you're gonna need you gotta leverage these people, all 50,000 of them.
Yeah. And right now it's like Instagram, but that could go away any day now.
Yeah.
Without any kind of like review system. I mean, there's a review system internally, but who knows what that is, and no kind of appeals to get it back. Yeah.
Yeah, I had something really. I was shadow banned for a while because I put up an image on the stories that had I had take a lot of pictures of wildlife.
Yeah.
And so I said, like, this mourning dove is sitting on 2 ugly chicks. And because mourning doves notoriously have like really ugly looking babies, so when I wrote 2 ugly chicks, Instagram sent me a message like, "Are you sure you want to go live with this wording?" Meaning like they're thinking
Did they specifically point out ugly chicks?
But it's automated message. It says like it says your post has wording in it that has been flagged for whatever in the past. Do you want to go live with that? It's like, yeah, I do, because I'm not talking about ugly girls.
Right.
It's really. And then the next day, I wrote something about I think it was like 2 fat dogs. When I was talking about these dogs that were fat, and I think I was like being misogynist again. And I think because I had 2 of those, then I stopped growing for like about a month and a half.
Yeah, I think I've been shadow banned too. So, it can be gone in a snap.
Right, but see the email addresses, they can't take that away from you.
How do you get the email address?
Well, I mean, you just say like, I'm gonna give it a drawing. Just give me your email address, or you start a web.
You DM everybody.
If you have something of value in like a drawing, just say that it's been privatized, and then you're going to send it to only people who send their email addresses, and then it's sort of like a Substack or one of those Patreon type things.
Yeah.
And you're gonna use it someday. someday soon, when you have a create your own project and you can't use like the Marvel or DC marketing engine, you got to do it yourself. And it's kind of sad also with Instagram. The number of people that actually buy your product when you advertise on Instagram is like maybe like only 2% or something like that.
Well, I think that's like any marketing issue, right? If you're marketing, if you get a 10% return on your marketing, and that's just marketing.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So, and that's not even buying. That's just like someone responding or showing up or doing something. And then, 2% buying. Yeah. So a lot of times I've seen people that have way more followers than me, but, again, the fear is like, they put out, you see that they put out like a Kickstarter and it doesn't, or Indiegogo, it doesn't generate that much.
Yeah.
Not the equivalent to their,
yeah. It doesn't really cross over.
But then there are also some people that don't have that many followers and they're still able to generate a decent return.
Oh, that's because they draw the boobies.
Boobies.
Boobies. Jerry speaks up after 5 minutes.
Should I draw boobies? I mean, I should have drawn boobies on Absolute Batman Beyond.
Yeah, you might lose your Instagram site if you do that.
Boobies.
But what would the by the way, does anybody have any Bitcoin?
I only have 20 of them.
You have 20 Bitcoins?
Holy cow.
Obviously, I'm kidding. I mean, I only got I have like 200 Bitcoins. It's not that much.
In our family, who has it is Travis.
Travis has
You
a
got
Bitcoin?
Bitcoin?
Because he does a lot of work.
Tell him to give it up.
And then he gets paid in crypto.
Yeah. So how many Bitcoins does he have? It's gone up. It was at 99.
Enough,
If he just doesn't need that much, I'll help him out.
But see, the thing is, remember when that whole Sam Bankman-Fried thing happened? Or it was like maybe 2 years ago or maybe a year ago, 2 years ago, everyone felt like crypto was over. Like it was a fad, it was a failed experiment, and no one was talking about it. And then the thing is, you have to wonder, is this it? Is it done? Because Bitcoin has been declared dead over 145 times. So when it was declared dead, the smart thing to do when no one was talking about it
Is to buy it.
is to buy it. Yeah. So there's no point in buying it now. It's at an all-time high. So if anyone's buying it now, when people are talking about it, it's not going to make their money back. You have to wait for it to crash and wait for everyone to move on to the next big thing, and then you go in and buy it. And that feels weird because it feels like you're wasting your money.
Well, here's the thing. This is what I remember from the first Trump administration. If people can remember back then, it's like 8 years ago, 7 years ago. Periodically, every few months or so, he would come out and bash a particular company publicly, whether on Twitter or some kind of press conference, say like this company's bad, and their stock would go down, and it would go down for a few days, and then miraculously it would go back up, and it would be stronger than it was before. And I noticed that this was a trend. I mean, I don't know if I'm not saying that this was on purpose, but I felt like this was a trend. I was just too nervous to pull the trigger on any of these kind of transactions. But I'm curious, like, is Bitcoin going to be the same, where the opposite, where Bitcoin goes really high, and then it's starting to fall back down now. So it was at 99. I don't think it hit 100. It was at 99 something. Now it's like 92, 93, I'm assuming. And it was like 90 a week ago. So, well, I mean, I have Bitcoin, but I only have I have like 4 cents of a Bitcoin. What does that mean?
I have Ethereum.
Ethereum's gone down too. Ethereum hasn't. You would think Bitcoin rise would pull up Ethereum, but Ethereum hasn't gone up with Bitcoin.
Well, yeah, the problem with crypto is like you never know. It's sort of like those the big search engine wars. At one point, Yahoo was the tops. So if these crypto things were like search engines, then everyone will have Yahoo. But the one that actually made it in the end was Google.
Yeah.
So which one do you buy? I mean, is it going to be like Dogecoin?
Well, I think Bitcoin is always going to be around. I think there's just too many people that have Bitcoin.
Yeah, but remember Yahoo. No one could imagine that Yahoo wasn't going to be the search engine.
I don't know. I never used Yahoo. I always used Google.
But Google wasn't a big player. But the thing is, Yahoo, however big it was, it's non-existent now.
I mean, Sean, you had an AOL. I think you still have an AOL email account.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I remember like what was it, 2021? I was getting into Bitcoin a little bit or crypto when we're talking about the NFTs, and that was big. That's when you made your Ethereum, right? When you sold the Wingman stuff.
All that was. Yeah.
Whatever happened to NFTs? Are they still a thing?
Well, they kind of morphed into. It's just basically digital collectibles on the blockchain. They just got rid of the NFT label. So VV is basically the NFTs.
Yeah. Same thing. They just don't call it like NFTs anymore.
Yeah. It's good to know. I still don't know anything about it.
Nobody does. It's all hype. The thing is with NFT and crypto in general, you have to be anyone who's involved in it is pretty smart, but they're not smart enough to know that it's all a hustle. So smart, but not the smartest.
There's a lot of criminals. There's a lot of degenerates that have Bitcoin.
The dark web runs off of crypto. So you can make a lot of money, but you can also make a lot of money selling cocaine. You can make a lot of money. I mean, there are people who have made so much money, and it was never meant to be a commodity. It's supposed to be like crypto.
I remember.
It's supposed to be like a currency, right? But when did it become a commodity where you can make money off of selling money?
Yeah, I remember like 12 years ago, 2013, 11 years ago, I was at a party and had just heard about Bitcoin. It was around $800 then, and I was like thinking about buying one, but I was like, what am I gonna, why am I gonna waste money on $800 on a toy,
Yeah, it's extremely volatile. So yeah, like Jimbo says, it'll crash again.
Yeah, I think it'll crash again.
But when it crashes, that's when you buy it because it'll come back again too.
But at the most, where is it going to crash down to? Because the last time it crashed, I mean, it crashed heavily. It went down, I think, 15, 16. And then it slowly went back up to 20, 30, and it was around 30 for years.
I'm surprised it came back because it had to survive all of that with Sam Bankman-Fried and those banks shutting down. And then there was one time on Saturday Night Live where Elon Musk went on, and as a joke, he said like, "Oh, it's all a hustle. Like crypto is a hustle," and then it crashed the market.
Yeah, it's extremely volatile. Like anything that if somebody says something on TV causing it to crash without any kind of like labor report or some kind of earnings report, or it's just, I don't know, it's just a little shady. But
yeah, and the fact that it's not backed by anything, that it really intrinsically has no value. So you do have to find like the bigger fool who will buy it from you for more than you pay for it, and that's how you make money.
Well, can we talk about this Batman Beyond drawing now?
Crypto is it's interesting, but it's a very controversial subject.
I tried to pull my crypto out a few years ago, but it was all it got locked into the account when there was a crackdown. I don't know. We'll see. If you had a time machine, and you could go back for like let's say like 30 seconds.
I'm gonna take off. My wife is singing louder and louder.
All right. What would you tell your younger self if you could go back to 2010? What would you tell your younger self?
Before you guys all have to listen to
Oh my god, you always leave when she sings.
Happy holidays, Jerry.
Bye, guys.
Say hello to my cousin for me. It used to be that he would have to get off to call her. Now she's in his house, and he still has to get off.
It's funny. It's always the same thing where he has to get up when she sings, and it's mostly out of embarrassment. Even I don't think any of us really care.
Yeah.
No, it's kind of cool. I think the drawing really came together when you started putting out that shadows.
Why would Kevin POS move to New Zealand? 2010. So would you tell yourself to buy Bitcoin? Would you tell yourself to buy?
Well, did you say 30 seconds is how far back you can go?
No, you can go back to 2010, but you can only go back for like 30 seconds. So you have
Okay.
a really limited amount of time to tell your younger self, do this, do that.
I guess that's one of the arguments that there is no way to travel through time because no one's done that.
No one's done that we know of.
I would just tell myself like, I was just saying like one word, like Nvidia, and then just say, and then I would tell myself when you see the stock come up to Nvidia, go all in on it, and it doesn't exist yet, or maybe it does exist, but it's very small.
Yeah, but Nvidia, that's 2010. That mean you gotta wait 14 years. You might
Yeah.
forget. Would you tell yourself Bitcoin? You could buy Bitcoin back then. And 40
Yeah,
years
but
now.
Then the future you will go back even further and say, "Oh no, don't buy Bitcoin. Don't listen to the."
Would you
the
tell yourself?
2024.
Would you tell yourself?
You know what is strange though? When I bought this house, I needed to. We were gonna do something crazy like buy it outright. So we're talking a huge amount of money, and I pulled out that money, like around like late 2000, like 2008, around August.
Yeah.
And I just basically just dumped a whole bunch of stocks in my account. I was like, "Are you sure you want to do this? I mean, you've been building stuff for a long time." And I told him that I lost faith in the stock market. I don't think America has a good future anymore. And he says, like, a lot of people say that, but I think you're going to regret it. And it was a really bad move. In hindsight, I wouldn't have done it. But the stock market crashed like a month later.
Yeah.
And then, like, so much so I pulled it out at the exact right time. I probably could have gotten investigated for insider trading because it seemed like I knew something because I liquidated so much.
Did you put that back into the market?
Yeah, I eventually got back in. So yeah, with nothing but just regular like anyone can pick like index funds, just like the regular stuff. Nothing, no concentration in any company or anything.
What about like buy Amazon, buy Netflix?
Yeah.
Netflix was around at that time, but it was only selling movie DVDs.
Some cool muscle stuff there.
I'm drawing Power Man right now, so Power Man turns into fairly muscular. So I have to draw.
He doesn't wear that yellow blouse and the tiara.
No, it's Power Man from the future. So It's a futuristic Power Man comes back from the future to the current timeline and fights an impending a new enemy that threatens to destroy the Earth. So, and he has the powers of the Hulk. So he turns into the Hulk, or not the Hulk, but it is the Hulk, but not like the dumb Hulk. Like he just has the strength of the Hulk. So.
Who's writing?
Colin Kelly and Jackson Lanning. See, I got their names right this time. Yeah, so I want to do some veins. I think I should go in and get
you
some
never
veins.
have to reference those muscles to draw the shadows.
Not anymore.
Huh.
And the veins. But some of the veins you can kind of make up.
Yeah, veins can be anywhere, but the muscles, though, I mean, it's one thing to know the shapes of the muscles, but then when you're putting shadow on it, you're also talking about light and shadow over it, which gets it even more complex. Yeah, I would always, when I'm doing something like this, I'd have to pull up a bodybuilder reference.
Yeah, but don't you just remember and then...
I don't have a visual memory.
Hence the Miata. No. Or would you know? I would go back and say, hey, don't marry that first girl.
That'd be weird.
You know, you have 30 seconds left to tell your former self. What would you guys do? When everyone is running one way, you might want to run the other way. Oh, could have gotten a job at NVIDIA 13 years ago. Way High would be like, I'd be like, yo, Way High. Hook a brother up. I need a loan.
My cousin worked for NVIDIA, and he doesn't work there anymore, but he was paid in a lot of stock.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he doesn't work anymore.
Wow.
You met this guy. He's my cousin that you know.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
He owes me a couple lap dances. None of my acclaimed stock is worth anything. Do you have a claim stock?
No.
We got a claim stock, but it didn't invest. So.
Well, okay, for the young kids out there, my one bit of financial advice is that money grows very slowly
On trees?
over a long period of time. And any way to move faster, you're taking a risk that won't pay off in the end. It won't pay off reliably.
I think you're really only talking to Carson McKinney. Unless some of the new Raiders today are younger in age, but they seem like they're older.
Yeah, I think for a lot of us, it's kind of too late. We're talking about like you need decades in the market.
Compound interest. So now it's just up to winning the lottery. That's the goal. That's the plan.
Or fighting Jake Paul.
Fighting Jake Paul, or just having Jake Paul hitting your car accidentally when you're driving.
Why was Courtney was here before, but then she had to leave? Did you kick her out?
I kicked her out because when she was here, she has to curse.
Oh, okay.
So
But the game's over.
I guess she can get back on. But
Oh well.
I mean, when she was on, like the other team went up by 10 points in like 2 minutes. It was like It was not pretty.
Okay. Is she back?
I don't know. Is she back? I'm almost done here.
Wow, that went pretty fast. This drawing was all the light and shadow went in, and after you said you were going to leave, you were just like, well, I'll just shade this entire thing.
Yeah, I mean, it really needed a lot of shading. I mean, that's Batman Beyond, right?
Yeah.
You know, the character is really just one tone, but
See, this for me will be half a day.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen you draw fast. I mean, I think if I had to draw this as a piece of published work, I would probably be a little bit slower too, because you're more concerned about how all the lines are.
The Big Apple Comic Con, I was
Yeah,
drawing
how did
really
that go?
fast because it was good. I mean, I had a commission to do, and I was drawing lightning fast, like faster than I ever draw. And now I know why I don't draw fast, because believe it or not, I left out an entire arm. Like I forgot to draw it.
Well, I mean, sometimes when I'm drawing pages and I'm just flying through it, same thing where I just forget what I'm drawing, or I forget to draw certain things, and after I upload the page on the server, and then I go through it again. I'm like, oh shit, I forgot to draw his cape. I forgot to draw. I mean, Power Man has a cape. I was like, oh shit, I forgot to draw his cape.
Yeah, it's mind-boggling the number of things we have to keep track of for continuity's sake. This is a hard job, and it can be tedious, and it really does wear you out. And our brains work on runoff of glucose, so you can really deplete your glucose stores. So after a lot of comics drawing, you can get really depleted and start making mistakes, and then that's where the sugar comes in. Like,
is that why I always have sugar cravings when I'm working?
yeah, and shit, your brain is just being it burns sugar. So what's weird is people thought that it really is just like a physical movement that burns sugar, but really it's willpower and mental exhaustion also burns sugar. So you can, when you're depleted, if you need like a few more hours to go, that's sometimes why you crave things like soda and candy while you work.
Yeah, I crave sweets when I work. So.
Yeah.
All right, Absolute Batman. Let's give this away. Who's in chat? Sean, you want to text me?
Are you going over for Thanksgiving?
No, I gotta work.
Work through the holidays.
I'm not gonna be able to do anything. I might go to a buddy's house. But I mean, I really should stay home and work.
When are you going back to Taiwan?
I don't. End of the year.
Okay. Julia is threatening to go do a family trip there. I mean, I'm getting a passport for Travis.
Yeah, you guys should go. When do you want to go?
Well, we have kids, so they'll be going there on their summer break.
Oh, okay, yeah. I would say send them to the summer camp. They don't have the Love Boat anymore. It's more of a language camp. But you know, he gets to live by himself. And
It's gonna be weird. I've never been. I think I'm gonna.
but if you go in the summer, it's hot, man. It's hot and humid. So, and it's gonna rain.
Jamie Adele asked if you ever can stream while working on a page. I think we're not allowed to, right?
Not on the Marvel stuff, no. On the DC stuff, yes. So, but on the Marvel, they tend to be very a little bit more guarded, and so like I have to get permission to show stuff that hasn't come out yet, which I saw for DC. But DC, you know, because Jim Lee used to stream, and Jim Lee said on stream, encouraged people to stream, and said, you know, you can show the stuff just as long as it's not spoilers. So, maybe the next project, I have something that I have to work on in a couple weeks. I can maybe do that. I can maybe stream some of that. But I don't know. I mean, also, like, when I'm streaming, I'm talking, so it's a little bit of a different, you know, everything is very sketchy here. But
It's amazing. You're moving so fast. It's so weird to see you. Like, I don't draw on stream because I don't think people will enjoy me drawing the same arm 5 times trying to get it right, and it's really slow. And like, not much has changed over the past 2 hours. So, but
there's not a lot of pressure when you're just sketching on stream. There is pressure, but it's not the same as the final.
oh, that is fast.
I mean, last week I was working on a cover for DC, so on stream. Oh, Dr. Midnight says Jim's streaming on Sunday, December 1st. So we should jump on like Sunday at 1 p.m. We should jump on like at
11.
yeah 11. So it said 9 to 11. So we should jump on around like 10:55.
And then you know how we tip crispy egg roll and poop man.
Yeah. Well,
Okay,
I think a lot of the people on this stream that are still watching today are from Jim's stream.
yeah.
From that one time when Jim raided. Right? We did pick up a shit ton of followers that one day. So,
Right.
no one else is streaming, really, right? I don't know. Is anyone else, any other like mainstream comic book artist streaming these days, drawing? Besides
I'm
Finch?
still wondering why he does it because it seems like Twitch has changed so much, and there was a big push to get content out there that was outside of gaming because I think they maxed out on gaming, but I don't think that's a big directive for them anymore. So it's kind of like a wasteland, and a lot of people moved on from Twitch.
Where have they moved to? YouTube?
Or they just stopped doing it because the returns are not there.
I mean, our viewership has definitely gone down, and that's also, I think, in part, I haven't been streaming regularly, or maybe the content is a little stale.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the more you stream, the more followers you have. There are people who stream 3 times a week
Yeah.
and very consistently, and that does wonders. But I mean, that's if you're a working professional, like it's not very realistic. It's not sustainable.
Yeah, I gotta jump off. I gotta work on another. I gotta finish a page tonight, if not 2. So it's just very difficult. I mean, Kree stopped streaming once he started getting
Yeah.
work.
Yeah. He's doing great. Oh yeah, and Sue Lee. I don't think she's.
Sue Lee stopped streaming once she started
Can you
getting work.
believe? Sue Lee, I think she's at the Tokyo Comic Con. Can you believe how big she's gotten in the past year?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Be careful what you say, Sean. You're gonna get shadow banned again.
I think it's great because she just. I just remember her from working on staff at Marvel, and then yeah, it's just like
What was her book with Amy Chu? Got a lot of attention or critical?
Yeah, it's Carmilla the first vampire, and there's and since it did so well, it's part of a series now. I mean, they're doing more of them, so I think they're doing at least 3 books, and that's done really well for them. So I think the only thing about it that's going to hurt it is that it's not a all ages book, so they can't get it into the libraries and scholastics. But if they could, that would be.
How is it not all ages? There's like nudity or something involved, or
It's a horror book and it's an adult book, but as far as those adult books go, it's done about as well as it could have done. So
there's boobies?
there is boobies.
What? Sue Lee's drawing boobies?
Yep.
I can't believe it. Well, hold on, let me look for my watercolor. Sean,
Does
what?
it color too?
I think the red needs, the chest needs a little red, right? I mean, and then we're out of here. Sean, you want to get me a? What should the? Let's give this away. Last time it was states. What are we guessing this time?
Is there something like Thanksgiving themed way to do a lottery?
Okay, Thanksgiving theme. Text me a food that we would eat for Thanksgiving.
But you're gonna get like 5 people to win.
Well, how many food? There's a lot of different kinds of food. It could be any food. It could be any food.
You might get 5 people to win, or nobody wins it. I mean, because there's no way to get. It's sort of like horseshoes. I mean, there's no way to get close. It's too binary.
All right. Well then, come up with something then.
Just do a number.
All right. Give me a number between 1 and 100.
Okay.
Text me a number between 1 and 100. While I'm looking for my watercolor set. Where the hell's my watercolor set? I used it to color the Captain America. All right, this is open to everybody in chat. So type in a number in chat. Number closest to the number that Sean texted me will win this shipped for free. The sub money goes to cover shipping. Anything else?
And you can expect it next Thanksgiving.
Hopefully. That's being optimistic. Where the fuck is the color?
Well, all you need is red, so you can use a marker too, right?
Yeah, but oh, I know where it is, but no, it was up here. Didn't I draw the Captain America last week? Oh no, that was 2 weeks ago.
Wait, what did you draw last week?
The cover, the basketball cover.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All right, well, I'm gonna color it red, but
Later.
yeah, later. Oh, I use this then. I use this here.
You better test it first.
Got a red pencil. This is what I use.
It's a red mechanical pencil?
Well, red lead. You can't really see it. It's red lead.
What would you use red lead for?
I use it on the back of the boards to draw my guides. For the back, for the pencils on the back. Like these.
Does that red?
So, see, I draw the guides in the red on the back.
Right, but it doesn't erase, does it?
Yeah, it doesn't erase as easily as the pencils. So the red lead is kind of good for that. So how are we with the guessing?
I see someone who's a winner.
Oh. Well, we haven't locked it up yet. So, have we locked it up? Lurky Lurk? Is Lurky Lurk going to lock it up? You can still guess. They didn't get it on the dot. They got very close. Lurky Lurk. If Lurky Lurk locks it up, then that's it. Is it locked up?
You know, he's even here.
He's not even here, Lurky Lurk? Courtney can guess, but Courtney, does Courtney want this? Courtney caused Pratt to lose today, but she could win this. Okay, way high, I'll lock it up. This red lead, though, it's not great because it doesn't go. I can't use the entire lead. There's always like a centimeter of lead.
Yeah, that's how it always is.
That gets wasted. Yeah, it's always like a centimeter of lead that gets wasted. There's still lead in here. Oh, now I gotta open up the thing. Fuck. Alright, who won? Number was 73. Right?
Like Jamie Odell.
Jamie Odell, winner. Congrats. I saw Jamie at the New York Comic Con recently. Something's wrong with this, isn't it?
Oh my god.
Okay. Can you guys see the red on the screen?
Yeah. Did you get this from Jerry?
I got this. All of my supplies are supplied by Janoffs on Broadway and 101. Oh, 110. Stationary. But this one I got in Japan. The Stadler, I got this in Japan. The casing is red. The lead I had to buy separately. So this came with regular HB lead.
But doesn't it snap very easily? Because I know that
Yeah.
like the red was a very waxy. The color leads are waxy and
Yes.
they snap very easily.
They break very easily, just like almost more than the 03s. And very waxy. See, I just snapped it. There we go. Snapped it for you guys. And sometimes it's hard to, if I push too much out, I can break it easily. It becomes a pain in the butt. Jamie Odell, have you seen the Rat Lady? Raquel the Rat Lady? We haven't mentioned that in a while. Jerry hasn't seen her because he hasn't been running at night. He's been running during the day. We really haven't had that much Raquel Rat Lady news recently. Anyways. Sean, anything you want to add before we get out of here?
No, I think that's it. I mean, there's no more shows or anything. So no commissions.
No more shows. That's it for the shows for the year. Well, there's San Francisco Fan Expo this weekend. So there are still some conventions left. Okay, there we go. I'm going to color the eyes red. I don't know why the light gets stuck.
Batman Beyond I never understood his cape because sometimes it's a cape and sometimes it's a wing, and it seems to have no structure. Just
It depends on the artist. I looked at it as a thing that came out from his outfit, from his arm underneath. But then other people have drawn it as a separate entity.
right. Yeah, so graphically, it's really cool.
Yeah.
The way when you put his arms forward and then it still comes out from his underarms, but it extends past his hands sometimes, and then it creates a cool shape.
Anyways, I think the thing about Batman Beyond is that the simplicity in the tech has to be realized, because if it was just more of tech that we would associate the regular Batman with, more armor, more whatever, then there's not that much futuristic about it. It's really just like the second version of it. So it really requires the leap of faith.
You know what's interesting is I was talking to Evan Dorkin, who used to be in animation. I think he worked with Bruce Timm, and the talk is like when they made those initial animations, they created the character, they had really no idea what to do with them. I mean, they came up with a look and they came up with a very general idea, and that was it. And they really didn't know what to do with them.
They got lucky.
Yeah, and so you can see like it's not very well fleshed out. A lot of stuff. It's hard to say. Like they have to figure out exactly what is his relation to Batman. You know, like
Well, like even with the capes, before going back when I was designing the armored version, the cape actually then extended out from underneath his arm, from this part, and it came out the side of his hand. It became like a blade. So
Yeah.
he could like slice as he's fighting you. He can slice you. But that requires some kind of like nanotech infused fabric that can transform. So I think because I used this red pencil, I'm not going to be able to watercolor it because of the waxiness. The Power Man, I've been doing a lot of hatching. I would really like to show you guys. I've been doing a lot of hatching on the Power Man.
oh wow,
A
so
lot
this
more
is
than
like
normal.
you're pushing yourself artistically, right, to do something different.
Yeah, just to try to find a little bit of a different flavor. Storytelling, there's some cool stuff in there too. But I've been doing a lot of this hatching, which just, again, requires a lot more work too. Because I'm not great at it, so sometimes it doesn't come out right, and I gotta redo it.
It's cool that you're still experimenting, because I think a lot of times when you reach your age, you just find your groove and you just stay there. That's one of the things I wanted to talk about that I kind of forgot to bring it up. But there's some chatter online on the YouTubes where the subject is comics needs to be disrupted, because it's been done the same way and it's in serious need and it's long overdue for a disruption. And one of the things that everyone agrees on is that disruption will come, and it will come from someone who's probably like from 20 to 30 in age. And there is even one person who suggested that one way to force a disruption is to get rid of all the people over 40 in the business, both in writing and in art.
Oh, is the art what's killing the comics, or is
Well,
it
the
something
thing
else?
is, like, if you look back, there's what they call like the salient work, or the most important work that an artist has done. It's always within a certain age range, and then it's no one's doing their best work in 50. I mean, in terms of like their most memorable work, that's what they claim, anyways. And that was pretty interesting, because I think all of us kind of have this hope that our best days are ahead of us, but who knows?
Yeah, but who? Well, first of all, who's saying this kind of stuff?
Well, okay, yeah, but it's someone's theory, So,
Yeah, well, who's coming up with this theory? Anybody can come up with a theory. I can come up with a theory about stuff, but I could be completely wrong. Hey, Sean, I eat 3 meals a day. Do you think I can open a restaurant? Do you think I can cook? Do you think I can
Okay, but
change the revolutionize the food industry? I mean, I eat
one
3 good.
thing that did happen
Huh?
recently is in the past all the creators were younger, but for some reason this is like really a first generation. For a lot of the writers and artists are just older, and I'm not sure exactly what that is due to. I mean, it's a good sign. But what changed in that the age of every single creator has gone up?
What do you mean? I don't understand.
I think when I don't know. I think maybe it's like if you look at all the books that the mainstream titles, the creators used to be younger.
Yeah, when we started, it was a lot of 20s and people in the 20s, right?
Right.
Okay.
Now it's very common to have a writer that's in his 50s.
Right. And then so the question is, how do we get there, or what?
Well, what factors change? Well, I mean, that made that true, and then also, once there is a disruption, how much is it? Well, I mean, I think Mark Millar also said that the change is going to be coming, or that the new era of comics is coming at some point, and it's going to come from someone who's in around 30 years old, and that's just him looking at the past and seeing how things work. So I'm not sure what that means, like, because you want to say that what does age have to do with it, but most likely it's going to come from someone who was younger.
Yeah. I mean, Jim Lee was 20 something. All those guys that disrupted the industry and
with the formation of Image.
With the formation of Image, they were all in their 20s, right? And they all got started in their late teens, early 20s. So, I mean, that's true. You could say that it's happening now, but those guys weren't writers. I mean, they did write their own stuff. This is a whole juicy topic. We should wait till next week to talk about this.
Okay, I'll put a pin in it, and then
remind me next week. Let's talk about this.
Yeah. And everyone in chat come up with your own ideas, and we'll talk about it next week.
Te amo. Te mao.
Te amo. Spanish, right?
No, te mao.
Te mao.
Is Te mao? Is he like? I think this is a first time chat. That's probably somebody that we know. He says, "Have you read the first Dr. Mirage comic?"
Oh, have you read it? Have you?
I haven't read it in a while.
I don't know if he thinks he doesn't know if you're the creator or not.
Yeah, that was my first book.
Yeah.
But
you're talking to the man right here.
I was watching
Dr. Mirage himself.
I was watching a YouTube video where this guy rated the 10 worst comics. But there were 10 worst comics in terms of like, from I think a retailer's perspective, and old comics, not like new ones, and it's kind of like when people do these top 10 things, it's a little sensationalized, but like so I think one of them was Eternal Warrior, and then so one of the top 10 was Eternal Warrior, and then another one of the top 10 was all Valiant comics. Like it says, they all sit in the dollar bins. You can't get rid of them. But then I'm like, well, if you're doing a top 10, why have Eternal Warrior as one entry, and then Valiant Comics as another? I mean, that's really, you're only doing top 9, right? I mean, you might as well just say Valiant Comics and Eternal Warrior being the most unsellable of that. But why even like?
Yeah, sounds like a dumb list.
Yeah. So, anyways, and like, some of these guys again, well, they're selling it from a reseller's perspective, right? Like selling old back issues. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Let's raid somebody. So next week we're going to talk about, what are we talking about next week? I already forgot. My memory is so bad. Ageism in comics, the disruption, the future disruptor of comics. Let's do that. And then thank you to Jamie Odell for winning this. Thank you to Yojimbo. Thank you guys for jumping on, Dr. Dr. Midnight, Dr. Mirage. What else? Who should we raid? And then hopefully next week, maybe I can spar with James Quo. Who should we raid? Any suggestions? Happy holidays, everybody. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoy your Thanksgiving. I wonder how much weight are we going to gain. We'll do a sketch battle next week. James Quo. James Quo, did you watch the baseball games? Oh. They have this amazing fight song that they sing, the Taiwanese baseball team. They sing it throughout the entire game, the crowd. And it's just...
Do they have the Korean cheerleaders?
They have cheerleaders too, yeah. But not like the... They don't do that one. They do this chant, like this song. And it's continuous. And then it only stops when they get a hit, when the crowd just erupts into like applause. And it's just...
Oh, that's kind of cool.
And watching it, you know, is like really inspirational. All right, nobody has anybody to raid, huh?
Corny will be doing the thumb dance next.
Yeah, Corny can do.
Next
Well,
week.
we gotta draw Corny's feet. I think we're not gonna wait until we get to. Let's raid Cody Shibi, or Kaijin Man. Kaijin Man's drawing like a girl that's scantily posed with her butts up, with her butt cheeks up. Cody is drawing a duck or a bird. Let's raid Cody. How do I raid Cody? Start raid. Yeah, this is a fun drawing. It's a bird being held prisoner by a devil in a diaper with an umbrella. Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays.
Did we go? I think we rated.